Tomorrow is a 48 First Alert Weather Day, sponsored by Mr. Rooter Plumbing for all your emergency plumbing services.
It's all quiet right now, but a completely different story about 24 hours from now. We've got a summertime air mass. You see that behind me outside. Very muggy out there. Fair weather cumulus clouds right now. We could have a rogue shower or thunderstorm this evening, but I don't expect nothing like what we had overnight last night. That was an amazing lightning storm south of the Huntsville metro area, but you could certainly hear it occasionally in the early morning hours. Here's your patio forecast tonight. Nothing really to worry about. Graduations are going to be fine. If they're outdoors, it's just going to be a little miserable out there. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Very muggy out there. It feels a lot more like late June or early July. Here's the radar. We've got this boundary kind of set up south of Franklin, Tennessee, north of Thames Ford Lake, and that's our best chance for seeing a shower. Might see something along the state line in the next 2 hours as well. But as far as tomorrow, it's all about the impact. What's the impact going to be? I expect a lot of power outages down there if we do see this storm realized, and it's kind of leaning that way. Even with just high winds, it's going to be a big impact out there. Secure that patio furniture. You got a basketball goal, maybe put that down so it doesn't forcefully blow down. Secure those trampolines as well. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of things that you've anchored down. It still may get loose, and if we get 70-mile-an-hour winds, there's really not much you can do about it. Strong tornadoes are possible, so that would be EF2 or higher, and especially if we get these isolated supercell type storms out ahead of it. The good thing is if we do get those, as far as the warning process should be flawless tomorrow. We should be able to give you 30 to 45 minute heads up. If we get long track tornadoes, we're going to be able to give you 45 minutes to an hour on that, and that's going to be really important, especially if you live in a mobile home, because you're going to want to get out of that mobile home. You're going to have to find a sturdy structure, especially once you get above the EF2 type tornadoes. That's when it's just destructive, especially to mobile homes. It only takes winds at 80 miles an hour to flip a mobile home. Keep that in mind. We're looking at a lot of 60-mile-per-hour winds here, very heavy rain, frequent lightning, large hail, especially if we get supercells. If these individual storms get up, we could see golf ball or larger size hail, and we're keeping an eye on the tornado threat. It's there, it's elevated now. We may shift to moderate by 10 o'clock tonight, and new guidance will come in and we'll adjust from there. Regardless, it's going to be a big impact day. Here's your hour-by-hour look. 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Get on with your work schedule, off to school. Not a problem. We don't expect anything to develop until the earliest, about 4 or 5 o'clock. Here's 6 o'clock in the evening. The line of storms is going to be developing. So we're going to go from isolated storms, potential supercells, and we can still see those ahead of the main line, to one solid line that develops and moves through with very intense wind. And we could see some widespread areas with trees down and power outages. That's another thing to keep in mind. Also keep in mind, if we lose power at say 7 o'clock, it's still light in some areas at 8 o'clock, but it's going to be dark. You could be without power all night long tomorrow night, all the way through the early morning hours on Wednesday. So if you got a flashlight, make sure you got fresh batteries too. By 11 o'clock, it's all gone, and we focus on nicer weather beyond that. Radar showing the severe weather out across eastern Oklahoma, eastern Kansas, moving into the Ozarks of Missouri tonight. Again, no real imminent threat here for this evening or even overnight tonight. The rain chances peak tomorrow, and then they start coming back as we enter Memorial Day weekend. Mowing forecast actually going to be good up until the storms move in tomorrow. Just going to be muggy. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. If you're out there mowing the yards, a lot of these yards need a sharp blade for it after all the rain we've had lately. 10-day forecast. First alert weather day tomorrow. Again, a higher impact first alert weather day than the ones we've had here recently. 69 for the high Thursday. Storm chances increasing for Monday.